Yes, so guys, welcome back. As I said in my weekly analysis, I want to break down NAS in hindsight and in terms of last week. So this is a post analysis of a trade that I took or a setup that I shared in my Telegram group on Friday, NFP Friday, and I just want to show you guys how it played out. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame. And so let's just ignore this week here. Okay, sorry, not ignore. What am I saying? This is last week. So what I want to do is go on the daily. Sorry, that's what I meant. So we already established on the weekly that NAS was bullish. I think in last week's video, I was like, NAS is bullish. And the week actually did start bullish. We took out 5 week, 6, 7 week highs. Okay. Took out the Feb high. Actually, 7th Feb was my birthday, so we took out that high, right? And then we retraced. So beginning of the week, we were kind of bullish, and then towards the end of the week, NFP, we started tapering out, and we can see this on the daily. So for me, when I began to see this structure, so let me just explain. NAS on the 28th of March pushed up, okay? Actually, from the 24th was very, very bullish. Let's say 25th. Okay, so 25th was very, very bullish. We took out highs, okay, of February, like we said earlier, and then we began to drop or pull back. And what we were targeting, like I think I told you guys earlier in a previous video, was we were targeting the 25th March open. Was it the close? Actually the open price. We did tap back into that, okay, and then we then pushed up again and closed and still closed bearish, a bit of rejection downside. Now, just so that you guys can imagine what I was looking at on this is the 1st of April, which was on Friday, and then on Thursday. So by the time Thursday was closing, if I can just zoom in, we took out liquidity and then we started to break down, and then we formed the close. This was the low of Thursday, okay, and this was the closing price. But what we can see is we actually closed lower than the Wednesday, was it the Tuesday low. So for me, when I saw this, I was like, for sure we are bearish on the daily for NAS. So I was only looking for bearish setup. So already I know my bias on the daily is bearish. Okay. So I think I went on straight down to the 15-minute. I mean, I looked at the 1 hour. 1 hour, we're seeing this was which day was this? This was 31st, and you can see on Thursday, okay, actually from the 31st, we just started breaking down. Now, what we see, I had marked this on the 31st, okay, and what we see is there was liquidity here. So once I saw the price breaking down like this, okay, I knew for sure. In fact, I had put this pending order set up, just to see, and then we did reverse a bit. We didn't quite take out the stop, but then we then broke down. So what this move up here basically took out highs, took out liquidity, and then broke down. So for me, this is really a very nice setup to just give me the bias. So I was already like, I'm still very bearish on this pair. So when that was on the 31st, and this is New York time, okay? I'm basing this on New York time around 3 p.m. This candle dropped, and then we began. Obviously, at this time, I'm actually not in the market. It's the New York session. I'm already done trading. So when I woke up in the morning this was during the Asian midnight candle was around here, and this is around now, I think 7 a.m. Kenyan time. Okay, so just seeing this formation after this drop here, it already confirmed my bias for the day, because I was like, I don't think with such an aggressive drop, considering we've been very bearish, that we're just going to start buying. So this drop confirmed my bias, okay? And even the fact that we didn't quite take out, okay, we did take out liquidity here, but it wasn't very convincing. It was a very small bodied candle, as you can see, very small, and those rejections. I was like, okay, for me, I'm just looking for entries to sell. So what we see is we did break structure here. If I just, for again hindsight, just for you guys to see what I was seeing, we did take out a significant low of the 28th, and then we did retest it. So once I saw that retest on the 1 hour, for me it was just about going down onto the 15 because I'm definitely looking for sells. Okay, so note that I've gone from the weekly. The weekly time frame was bullish when the week started. Okay, we confirmed that. And then when I went on the daily on Friday, NFP Friday, between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're already beginning to break down. We're already, actually Wednesday and Thursday, we're already dropping. Okay. And that confirmed, this was confirmed by when I look at the 1 hour and I saw the retest back to this structure here. And I was like, yeah, we're going to reject off of that. We did reject off of it, drop down to the 15-minute. So all I'm looking for is sells. Why? Because even on the 15-minute, we can see we are very aggressively selling. And I think I was in a class on Thursday with a couple of my students on Thursday, and I told them the same thing. We actually looked at this pair, and I was like, you know what, guys? I think it was around this time, and I was like, I'm just looking for sales. In fact, I entered on Thursday evening rather. I took a quick scalp down around 9:30. Okay, usually, like I said, I don't do it, but because I was in the class and I talked about it, I did a setup for guys and it played out, and then it took out liquidity, then price pushed out. So I was already out of the market here, and then price broke down. Now, again, when I woke up in the morning, I was like, we're definitely bearish. And with you and with NFP happening, I was anticipating that the drop would be equally aggressive. I was looking at about 200 pips drop. We did, let me see, we did about we did about 220, sorry, we did about 227 pips. That 227 pips really. Let's see. So let me look at the correct chart. I was working with the Pepperstone chart. So yes, so you guys can see, so let me go back to the daily. Sorry, this is a bit long-winded, but I just want you guys to understand. So on the daily, I'm already looking, assuming this candle is not formed. So I'm already looking because of this pullback. I'm anticipating sell, but I had to confirm that on the 1 hour, okay? And we can see on the 31st, we started breaking down. We took out structure here. We retested that structure the same day, later on in the New York session in the evening, Kenyan time, and we just dropped overnight. And then when I woke up in the morning, like I said, guys, I saw price pushing up. So for me, I was looking for sells on NAS on Friday. Now, again, let me mark this out. We did take out structure with this 31st candle, Thursday candle, retested it, bang, and then, dropped. So as y'all can see, this was my setup for Friday. And listen, even if you didn't catch it, where this was, just by virtue of this move down, it was enough to convince you guys that we're actually dropping. So we dropped 195 points. So I was actually looking for a 200 point drop. Let me see, from this entry up here to like down here, about exactly 200.5 points. Okay, and then we rejected off of that, and let me go on the daily because I think I marked it as a daily breaker. So why did I mark this here? I marked this here because this is where price broke out after this retracement down here. So I was anticipating that price is going to come back and test that zone and reject off of it, and that is exactly what happened, as confirmed on the 1 hour and as confirmed on the 15-minute. So you could have entered anywhere. When price broke down, like I had marked this as well, so price pushed up, then it began to form equal lows here. So retesting the same zone. So I was like, you know what, if price breaks down below that. So what happened, if I zoom in, we see that price actually eventually, when this price was breaking down, remember I didn't get in here, but when I saw this tap into the 1 hour kind of breaker, which is also on the 15, you can see it on the 15-minute, but more convincingly, you can see it on the 1 hour. I then waited, there was a bit of an order block left behind there. We formed some liquidity. We took that liquidity out and then we dropped. So this specific drop here, if I can just mark it out, was my indication, okay, that we are bearish. Why? Because this drop took out a pretty significant level of structure here. Now, all I was waiting for is the retest. Because guys, if you've been in my classes or what, I usually like to enter on retests. I wouldn't just enter a trade going down. So what happened is this trade then began to push back, okay? And the reason why it is pushing back up again, there was a lot of imbalance still that it left when this aggressive move happened. And then it just, so I marked my chart and then I waited. And there's screenshots showing that, around 8:30 Kenyan time, I believe in the morning is when actually New York, is it New York time? New York time, 9:30, 8:30 thereabouts. This trade triggered this setup, and then I put my stop loss just above this zone here. Now you could actually put your stop loss above the previous high or this other high, which should be 29 points. But I'll just guess, not really. I was just taking my chances and like I think this thing, I don't think it will take out that high. So and that it didn't. And then it dropped. Okay, so tapped in, dropped in. So let's say you missed this, but then you caught it around, you would have easily entered on the pullback. And I remember again in my group on Discord, the students group, private group, I then showed guys, okay, fine. Areas of re-entry could have been on the pullback. Why? Because price also took another significant level out. So it was likely going to retest. So that's what happens when price takes out significant levels of structure. It is likely to retest at that zone, and you can actually enter in the direction of the trend on the retest. So the thing is, it's always good to be able to identify structure, okay, and what price is doing vis-a-vis the structure that it's forming. If you're able to identify that, then it makes your trading, identifying trading setups a bit more simpler. Yeah, so that's basically the post-analysis breakdown. You can see what happened. It tapped right into a daily breaker and then rejected off of it, which was okay, but obviously I wasn't getting into the market again. This was going to be like 9 p.m. Kenyan time, which, Friday I'm out of the market. And yeah, so that's basically it. So guys, hopefully this video recap of NFP Friday is helpful in your own trading. And yeah, please feel free to comment and see you soon. Bye.